episode of Ask Dr. Ada. On today's episode, we're going to talk about some things you should know about becoming a first-time mom. So these are really funny because we found this list on Buzzfeed and we're going to go through it, and oh my gosh, I'm going to give you some of my experiences and then also some of the things that are straight up ridiculous here, okay? When you have a child, a lot of things change for your body, but then also for your family and for your just general state of consciousness. So when you have a kid, people are not going to come and see you anymore. It's not going to be, oh my God, let me go visit Ada. It's going to be, let me come and see your baby, which has its positives and negatives. So one thing you really should be very conscious of is newborn babies have very, very immature immune system. So all those millions of people that want to come see you, like your whole church family or your whole spades group or your whole book club, everyone that comes into your house should wash their hands because babies have very immature immune system. You don't want the baby to get sick. So they don't come to see you, they come to see the baby, and they're coming to carry the baby, so they should make sure they wash their hands. And please, nobody should kiss your baby because that's just a huge no-no, okay? So the next thing on the list is that not all your friends will want to hold your baby. So you have to realize that that is very true because not all your friends have had experiences with their own baby or any babies at all. So some people don't want to hold babies because they're afraid of breaking your baby. Some people don't want to hold babies because little babies scare them. So not everybody's going to want to hold your babies. Usually the parents and the grandparents are more excited to hold your baby, and that's fine. Give people time. Sometimes it will be your own family. So like when my sister-in-law first had her baby, my sister was pretty young then and she had never held a baby before, and she literally, we have pictures of her holding the baby like this. Just so the baby doesn't fall off. So that's very common. So don't be confused about that. That's normal. Next on the list is that sometimes a lot of times, strangers want to touch your baby. So you're walking to the grocery store, you're walking down the street, and oh my gosh, this grandma and her grandma friend see your cute baby and they want to go, reach through into your stroller and like touch your baby's cheeks, or they want to, like pick up your baby. That's going to happen. So I advise you to get one of those stroller covers or baby seat covers to cover your baby when you're walking down the street so no one touches your baby. Or you can just say baby sleeping. Some other thing that some people want to do is that when you leave, especially a lot of first-time moms, so when you leave your baby for the first time, so let's say your mother is home watching your baby, or your mom is home, or your family member is home helping you when you just have the baby. The first time you leave your baby, there can be two kinds of emotions you have. So some moms are like, oh my God, praise God, I'm going to leave this baby and I'm going to go out with my girlfriends, I'm going to get a drink, I'm going to pump and dump, whatever. But then some moms are so attached to their baby, and they're thinking about the baby the whole time. They're talking about the baby at the brunch. Your friends may or may not love you for that at that time. But the truth about that is that both emotions are normal. So don't feel offended if you feel one or the other. Oh yeah, so this is a good one. Oh my gosh. So after labor and you have your baby home, some people realize that the labor was the easiest part of the whole delivery thing because they don't always tell you how bad it gets in terms of sleep deprivation and general not knowing whether it's daytime or nighttime. So some people always talk about, to first-time moms, that labor may be the easiest part. Labor may be easy for you if, let's say, it was a quick labor or you got an epidural and it wasn't too, painful, and then the hard part is when the baby comes home. Or let's say you have no help and you're all by yourself and you're waking up every hour and a half or every 2 hours. That can be, for some moms, the hardest part of having a baby. my gosh. So this is really funny. So when you have a baby, if you're in an age group where you have other friends who have had babies, and it's your first baby, just expect everybody to be a professor in babies, okay? People are gonna come to your house and say, oh no, you shouldn't get this sheets, you should get this bottle, oh no, you shouldn't let your baby sleep this way, they should sleep that way. I would tell you that you should follow your own instinct as a mother and do what you want to do, and also obviously seek the advice of your pediatrician or like your midwife or like a professional medical professional before listening to all your friends, because there's a lot of things that Dr. Google says that are definitely not appropriate. Okay, so I know I talked about this in one of my previous videos, but if you've never ever breastfed before, your baby doesn't know how to breastfeed either because they just came out of your womb and you have never breastfed before, it is not easy. The first time you breastfeed, the hardest times are usually the first month of the baby's life. Actually, let's kind of shorten it down to the first 2 weeks. If you want to breastfeed and that's what you want to do, seek the help of your lactation consultants, your nurses, your doctors, but just keep at it, because if you're able to breastfeed the baby at least for the first 2 weeks, by the time you get to the first month, you have a rhythm, you have a pattern, and things get a little bit easier. So if things are difficult in the beginning, it is because it's usually difficult for everybody the first time around. So don't be too worried about it. If you want more info on breastfeeding, you can click through my channel and look for my breastfeeding tips video, and like even the one that I have a video about how to set up your pumps and things, your breastfeeding pumps and things like that. But yeah, breastfeeding is really hard, and you can do it and it'll get better. Oh my goodness, this one happened to me. So breast engorgement, oh my god. So when I was in the hospital and I had Kemi, I think I talked about it in my delivery video, but when I was in the hospital and I had Kemi, so we ended up staying in the hospital for 5 days. And if you've never breastfed before, your milk doesn't really come in until day 4. So we were still in the hospital when my milk came in. The problem and the mistake that I made was I was using the hospital grade pumps every like 2 hours. So I was pumping, and I'm like, oh, nothing's coming. And then on day 4, my breasts were the size of my head, both of them. They were huge, red, painful. And in terms of things being worse than labor, breast engorgement, I will never forget it, because I remember I have a vivid picture of me in front of a mirror looking at my breast as huge as can be, and my mom behind me just saying, it will get better, you know, I don't know, take it easy. But it was, breast engorgement is real. So don't be like me, don't overstimulate your breast in the beginning. Just try and put the baby to breast, and the baby does more safe stimulation than like the heavy grade pumps. So that's something to know. Oh my gosh, it will also take you forever to leave your house. It will take you so long to leave the house in the beginning that you like, it takes you like 2 or 3 hours to prepare to leave the house to get to where you're trying to get to all the time. Thinking about that, I remember in the first few months, we used to go to church every Sunday. And then when Kemi was about 3 months old, my aunt came to stay with us to help out. And she just said, why are you guys going to church? Because every time we would go to church with Kemi, as soon as we get there, she starts crying. I have to breastfeed. Then I have to change her diaper. Then she starts crying again. Like, we essentially missed the whole service. So there was almost no reason to even go in the first place. So we ended up just watching like church and stuff like that, like online. So don't cut yourself some slack. If where you're going is not mandatory, or you really don't have to be there with the newborn, just stay home. People can come visit you and they'll wash their hands before they touch your baby. Those are all the funny tips that we got from Buzzfeed today. But if you guys have any more tips or hacks that you want me to react to, leave the link or put some comments below for us so we can look through them and then possibly make a video about them. Thanks for watching. Definitely, we really appreciate you guys for doing that for us today. Subscribe to our video, share the video, like, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.